A man enters an abandoned building, cautiously making his way down a dimly lit staircase.
Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un encore qui habite ici? Waouh, l'état de la cave. C'est quoi ça?
As he reaches the bottom, a shadowy figure with bright eyes is seen peeking from behind a wall, slowly moving towards him, creating a chilling moment. Panicking, the man attempts to flee, but the video cuts off abruptly, leaving the outcome unknown. No! In a flat, the tiles on the floor begin to make an unsettling sound, popping one by one as if something is forcing them up from below. The popping continues, with more tiles becoming dislodged, adding to the tension of the scene as the floor appears to be moving on its own. During the early hours, security staff monitoring CCTV at a courthouse in India witnessed a harrowing chain of events. A poltergeist was caught on camera. Chairs suddenly moves on their own, sliding across the floor. Cabinets fly open, papers scatter, doors slam shut, leaving a very disturbing presence. A bag suddenly appears and is thrown from nowhere, landing on the floor with a thud, followed by a poster being ripped off the wall. A chair then slides across the floor on its own, and the cabinet door opens by itself, leaving the space unsettlingly active despite the absence of people. A man cautiously records beneath his bed, scanning the space slowly with his phone camera but finding nothing unusual. He begins to lift the camera back up toward the top of the bed, still narrating softly. Suddenly, a head pops out from the top of the bed and instantly pulls back, leaving him shocked and frozen in place. In a small store, a man can be seen pacing oddly, his movements jittery and unfocused, as if in a trance. his body going limp while he remains motionless for a few moments. As he lies on the ground, objects from a nearby shelf inexplicably fall to the floor, despite him not touching anything. As a man works out alone in the gym during the day, equipment around him begins to move on its own. A punching bag swings wildly, and weights shift without being touched.
The year is 2021. At a gym in Asia, a man appears to be doing his regular stretching routine, just getting a workout in, when some weird things start happening. First, you can definitely tell that those ropes are being pulled by something. Maybe he assumed it was just a draft. That's what I would say. Must be some wind or a draft coming from that doorway. And you can see the lights flickering as well. But for now, he seems to be ignoring it, not thinking too much. It is the middle of the day.
He looks around, visibly alarmed, and starts walking toward his bag to take his leave.
What's the worst that could happen? He seems to be, getting ready to get started, just getting done stretching, about to start lifting some weights, and that medicine ball, that's when it grabs his attention. What was that? He grabs his bags, as I would too, when he starts to leave.
Just as he reaches his bag, an unseen force grabs his leg and drags him back across the gym floor, his screams echoing as he claws at the ground.
When he gets ripped from underneath by some sort of entity, this looks legit. You can tell he got yanked by something. Out of fear, he leaves his bag, his phone, he doesn't care, and he runs. Now, we also have a second view.
A woman is seen standing in a kitchen, repeatedly and rapidly opening and slamming the oven door shut with no clear explanation. Her expression remains blank and mechanical as she continues the strange motion, almost as if in a trance. A security camera in a school hallway captures eerie events unfolding late at night, starting with the sudden opening of doors and multiple lockers. Shortly after, the wet floor sign in the middle of the hallway flips over on its own, as if pushed by an unseen force. More strange occurrences follow, with objects shifting mysteriously before the footage cuts off, leaving an unsettling atmosphere. A poltergeist was caught on tape destroying kitchen. The kitchen appears normal and still, with nothing out of place.
Tired of this. Get out of my house.
Suddenly, an explosion occurs. Cabinets fling open, dishes crash to the floor, and kitchen utensils tips over. Objects continue to fly as the chaos intensifies before everything suddenly stops. A chilling camera footage captures eerie activity in a toddler girl's room, where objects appear to move on their own. The room is quiet until the cupboard door slowly creaks open by itself, seemingly without any external force. Moments later, a small toy hanging nearby starts swinging back and forth on its own, adding to the unsettling scene. A motorcyclist stands in a quiet parking lot, seemingly unaware of the strange presence around him. A white, shadowy figure suddenly materializes and starts climbing over him, its ghostly form moving unnaturally as it drapes over his body. The motorcyclist, startled and frozen in fear, tries to back away, but the figure continues to move over him. In a dark, empty area, a human figure is seen moving erratically, its body twitching as it stands in place. Without warning, the figure's head begins to twist unnaturally, turning a full 360 degrees in one swift motion, its movements jerky and unsettling. While exploring the haunted and abandoned Hotel James, the investigator records chilling footage as eerie noises echo through the empty halls.
Hello? Is someone in here? What the hell?
In today's haunted adventure, we travel to the historic city of Palatka, Florida.
In one of the narrow corridors, a shadowy creature is seen darting across the hallway, its form briefly visible before melting into the darkness.
Visit the Hotel James. Constructed in 1917, then closed in 1985, it has been left to rot all these years. We've decided to do a paranormal investigation, but what we caught on camera is still giving me nightmares till today.
Hello?
Inside the dimly lit library of the infamous Conjuring House, a security camera set to motion detection activates unexpectedly. A shadowy figure appears in the far corner of the room, its form dark and dense enough to trigger the camera's sensor despite the lack of movement from anything else. At what looks like a traditional festival or public event, human beings dressed in suits and top hats are seen balanced high above the crowd, each standing or sitting on long sticks. The men remain impressively still, perched at incredible heights with no visible harnesses or support, drawing curious and amazed looks from people below. A Chinese urban explorer enters an abandoned mansion, documenting the decaying interior when he notices something strange. Objects on the floor begin shifting unnaturally. Several items, including cloth pieces and shoes, appear to move as if animated, sliding and bouncing as though they have legs of their own. A woman is seen getting into bed for the night, the room dimly lit and calm as she settles under her blanket. Moments later, a door creaks open on its own, and a ghostly, shadow-like figure silently emerges from the darkness behind it. The figure approaches her bed, slowly lifting the blanket as if inspecting her, then suddenly grabs and drags her into the open doorway before it shuts by itself. CCTV footage captures a dimly lit street when a strange figure suddenly appears mid-frame, seemingly sitting on a broom, hovering slightly above the ground. The figure, draped in flowing garments, remains still for a moment before drifting eerily across the frame, with no visible support or sound. Inside an extract lab facility, an employee is seen tending to a rotary evaporator when a jar of full-spectrum distillate suddenly falls off a table in the center of the room. Another employee arrives to clean the spilled distillate, but as they do so, a second jar mysteriously slides towards the edge of the table, prompting the worker to cautiously return it to its original spot. CCTV footage from Deer Park CBS, often dubbed the most haunted school in the world, shows an empty hallway suddenly coming to life with eerie activity. Locker doors begin slamming open, a chair topples over on its own, and papers are thrown from a shelf with no one in sight. As the chaos unfolds, the camera remains steady, leaving viewers to question whether it's a chilling haunting or a well-staged hoax. After hearing distinct footsteps running up the stairs, the person grabs their camera to investigate, only to find the entire house eerily empty.
Okay, it's like the middle of the day. I'm the only person in the house, and just heard some footsteps going up and down the stairs. I've checked all the rooms. There is nobody in. It's been doing it for about 10 minutes. There it is again. Okay.
They begin recording in silence, capturing the stillness, until sudden pounding footsteps return, racing up the stairs with no visible source.
Hello? Mike? Charlie?
CCTV footage captures a woman calmly entering an elevator, standing silently as the doors close behind her. Moments later, she begins to twitch and move erratically, her body and limbs flailing as if she's losing control of her body. After several disturbing moments, she regains partial composure, slowly walks out of the elevator, her movements still unnatural and unsettling. A Ring camera captures a man walking calmly across a driveway, his figure clearly visible as he moves past a staircase and then beside a parked car. Without warning, his body begins to distort and shimmer, and within seconds he transforms into a glowing ball of light. The orb floats upward and vanishes into the night sky, leaving behind no trace of the man, only a surreal and unexplained moment caught on video. A guy is seen in his room fully focused on gaming, unaware of the eerie activity happening just behind him.
My ball.
He's not catching ball with you?
Yeah.
You need someone to play ball?
Baba.
The fridge door slowly creaks open by itself, then suddenly slams shut, only to repeat the motion again moments later. He finally notices the movement in his peripheral vision, turns around in confusion, and stares at the fridge as it eerily continues opening and closing on its own. A family gathers in the kitchen, visibly tense and whispering as they sense something strange in the air, already unsettled by previous ghostly activity.
Did you like the bicycle and stuff you got for your birthday?
Oh my God, Tommy, it's gonna start again. Oh, God damn.
I don't know what's going to happen. Come on. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry, baby. It's okay. It'll be all right.
God, I can't. We should have had this at Jerry's house.
Okay.
It's just
okay?
this stuff is starting again.
You're all right. I'm sorry, sweetie.
You okay?
I'm so sorry.
Suddenly, cabinet doors and drawers begin flying open on their own, one after another, startling everyone in the room.
God damn! Oh God!
What the hell is going on?
Utensils rattle and objects shift as the family panics, some screaming while others rush out, overwhelmed by the unexplained chaos unfolding around them.
Quick, let's go.
Oh God! Oh my God!
Let's get out of here. Come on.
A woman is seen peacefully sleeping on her bed with a blanket covering her baby resting beside her in the dimly lit room. Suddenly, a section of the blanket begins to move on its own, lifting slightly as if tugged by an unseen force. The woman jolts awake, immediately sensing something is wrong, grabs her baby in alarm, and quickly leaves the room without looking back. A strange and unsettling bug is captured on video, appearing to be alive and moving despite looking hollow, as if its insides are missing. Its thin, almost transparent body twitches and crawls slowly, confusing viewers who expect it to be dead or lifeless. The bug continues to shift across the surface, raising questions about how it's still functioning in such a bizarre state. On a quiet rooftop, a stationary ladder begins to move on its own, shifting slowly as if pushed by an invisible force. With no one nearby, the ladder continues sliding across the surface, creeping closer and closer to the edge.
What?
Moments later, it tips over completely and crashes to the ground below, startling those nearby who witnessed the unexplained movement.